Howdy from Arlington, Texas, y'all. Hope this video finds you well. What is that you see in front of you? That is a PSA graded card. Now, you know, I've voiced my opinions. I'm sure I've done it on YouTube. I'm sure I've talked about it on the show, the Monday show that I do with 3B Collection. Speaking of, shameless plug, please look in the description. I have a link to his channel. Give it a subscribe. Give it the notifications, and check out our shows on Mondays. We do try to chat. We do try to follow the chat more than a lot of other shows do. So, you know, just have a good time. We chat for about an hour on Mondays. Check that out. Also, something I've noticed, early when I started, I used to do the whole subscribe, like, all that. But I've noticed, like, one of my videos, I think the one I released maybe yesterday, like, I had more comments than I even had likes. Guys, if you like what other guys are doing, like the video. It's not difficult to do, at least not for me. It's just crazy to me that, yeah, people that leave, you know, good comments, it's not like you suck, but like the video. Come on, let's help others out so that they show up in algorithms and we can expand our communities. But anyway, so I picked this up, got it for well less than the current price of grading. Probably got it for less than what even the grading was before the changes a few months ago. But Will Clark was my second favorite player. After Dale Murphy, you know, retired. Even, you know, his last couple years, I was already starting to collect Will Clark. So I just saw this. It was a good price. I picked it up. You know, it's kind of the equivalent of being at, you know, Walmart or wherever, and then you have the impulse aisle. It was just an impulse buy. But it was a 10, so there. But as I put in the title, I do think I had a come to Jesus talk with myself the other night, and I'm kind of changing my focus. Well, not really changing my focus, but changing my opinion on some things. And I've always, while I've not been a big, you know, grading guy, I acknowledge that there's a place for it, and that place is in vintage cards. I've also had thoughts with myself about potentially selling most of my T206 cards, and that's still a possibility. But if I'm going to do that, because I just don't know what to ask, there's enough T206 out there that you can find a comp for just about anything. If I'm going to sell them, I'm probably going to grade them. I'm going to go through and see, you know, what I have in the card plus grading. Can I at least break even? And then that way I can take that money back, put it into something else. Some things I'm going to keep, you know, those will probably be more likely to go to SGC. Although they may still go to PSA, just because down the road when that time comes that somebody has to sell my collection, somebody that doesn't know anything about sports cards, it'll be a little bit easier by having it graded. That's something I know a few months ago kind of went around a little bit, and a lot of people were talking a little bit about, you know, what happens to my collection after I pass on. Well, one of the things I want to do is I don't want to leave it and just be a complete mess and them not know what to do. Just kind of preparing. It makes it easier when it's graded. There's no doubt. So I think I'm going to work on that with some of my T206s, you know, and eventually I might work into some of my other stuff. Just as a, you know, just for that reason. And it makes it easier if I want to sell it. There's less questions about the condition. And did I pick up any raw copies that were trimmed and I didn't know it? I have a couple of them that are trimmed and I do know it. But are there any that are trimmed? Are there any that are not authentic? You know, fingers crossed I haven't done that. Because any of the bigger ones I've bought already graded for the reason that I don't know, outside of a Christy Mathewson T206 that I bought off of a seller that I really trust. So anyway, a little bit of a change kind of on my, like I said, it's not too much of a change because I've always thought that there's a place for grading, especially within the vintage, but, you know, I think it's dumb to sit there and get all out of whack about Luka or Zion PSA 10s when there's 487,000 of them out there. But that's just my take. Anyway, if you liked the video, Please like, subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to hear your thoughts on kind of what I said about grading, with whether you kind of agree with maybe just working on the vintage cards or not, and of course how ridiculous it is, the prices on these modern, ultra modern graded. But like I said, like, subscribe if you haven't. Check down there. Subscribe to 3B Collection. Set up notifications. But we go live every, or almost every, Monday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and I guess that would be 5 Pacific. Have a great day. I'll see you down the road.